Jupiter at Night is presented live before an internet audience.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Jupiter at Night. My name is Chris.
I'm Alan.
I'm Jeremy.
Now, here at Jupiter Broadcasting, we are huge fans of technology and science advances.
You might know those terms as geeks.
Yeah, we constantly geek out on the modern advances that have been marveled upon us. But while we've been doing the show here every single night, we've kind of been doing a little after-show discussion, and we've each realized that individually we're each kind of paranoid about some of the more modern scientific inventions and revelations.
I'm just going to put this on the table. If you're not, you're weird.
Oh, okay.
If you're
There's
not
always something
that scares you, right?
That's scary.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
matter who you are.
I think so. So I thought maybe we'd share ours tonight. While science is awesome, and the people that bring us science...
Bill!
That's right.
Science guys.
So we do have our celebrities, and by no means are we a bunch of alarmists here, but we thought maybe we'd just share them with you, open a dialogue with you folks, and see what you thought. Now, up first, we thought we'd go here with the Mr. Allen, who his name starts with an A, so that was an easy pick.
Alphabetical.
Now,
It comes in handy a lot.
some of our more astute viewers might have noticed, Alan, that you are wearing glasses.
Constantly.
Now, tell me about this.
I thought it was just because when you took them off, you became Superman.
Shut up, dude.
Oh, sorry. Crap. Stop recording.
Yeah, we'll edit that out. Don't worry, we're pros. Now, but wouldn't as an Alaskan fishing murderer, you know, somebody who's out there just slaughtering fish by the millions, right?
Constantly.
Yeah, right. Okay. Wouldn't that be more effective if you didn't have glasses?
Well, see, up in Alaska, I do wear contacts.
Okay.
And
So I got to ask you, dude, if you're going to go to the trouble of going to glasses, going to contacts, you know where I'm going with this, why aren't you doing LASIK?
LASIK surgery scares the living crap out of me.
Really?
There.
You
it's
said it?
out there.
I don't understand why. It's just a laser show.
It's a laser shooting into your eye.
That is ridiculous.
Into your eye.
Yeah.
It's someone, even though it's like controlled by a machine or whatever, there's still
A
a human
robot.
controlling that machine.
I want to point out that it's controlled by a robot, and we'll get back to that in a minute.
Which is
Now-
scary enough, but
I'll be honest with you, Alan. I had a bias that LASIK surgery was totally safe. When you told me that you were afraid of getting LASIK, I actually thought you were kind of ridiculous.
no, like the other thing is, how old is it? Like what, 20 years?
No.
Tops.
I mean, from the absolute earliest
Yeah.
versions, but you know, in recursion history, they're probably on LASIK 3.0 now.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, what's the long-term effects? We
Yeah.
don't know. They're
Well-
not. You can't test that yet.
So I started to think maybe you had a little more credibility once I started watching Good Morning America, gentlemen.
Whoa.
Good Morning America, GMA, as the trend
Good old
in
GMA.
crowd knows it.
On ABC, GMA.
Yeah, they had a special investigation on the
OMG.
risks of LASIK eye surgery. It was a little over the top, but it actually did make me realize that maybe this isn't a flawless procedure. And people, like you said, they've experienced sandy, grainy eyes and stuff.
Yeah, I'd much rather have the glasses and, you know, when I take it off, have it be crappy than having irreversible stuff. Like they chop into your corn.
East Coast
Your
girl
eye,
in
it's just,
the live chat room is right on
No.
board with you, dude. She says Kathy Griffin, I think your favorite celebrity personality, went partially blind due to a nasty LASIK accident.
Luckily, it was able to be corrected, but she's absolutely correct.
Otherwise, Kathy Griffin might not have been in the public eye as much. That
Public eye.
So now, I'm going to say I'm not going to put. I think mine is a little scarier. Now I know it's not a competition, although it kind of just became one.
It's always a competition with you.
Is it? Am I like that? I'll give you this.
A little bit.
LASIK,
So that was entertaining, but you suck.
Yeah.
LASIKdisasters.com was launched just to cover emergency bad LASIK procedure type stuff.
There's an entire
stories.
website.
Now, once there's a website dedicated to something, I buy it.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to move on because I don't. Now, see, your problem affects the people who are genetically inferior to the rest of us who have 20/20 vision.
And I ate so
therefore-
many carrots.
Therefore, I find it to be not nearly as critical or important as my concern, because it turns out even successful people like myself who have 20/20 vision still drink diet beverages.
That's your own fault.
So this has been a recent, I'm just kidding about the glasses thing. This has been kind of a recent revelation. We have a lot of diet beverages here at the Jupiter Broadcasting
It's
Studios. Yeah. There is the
It's kind of a nod to weight loss.
It is,
Realize
right?
that it's not really going to make any progress.
Yeah. It's just like we feel like maybe we're not putting ourselves more in the hole, and we can still have a tasty beverage.
Yeah.
Then drink juice.
So I'm looking.
shut up.
I'm looking
Who
at the
asked you?
sweeteners.
I drink regular Coke. I don't fool myself. I never go diet. It's horrible.
I don't know. I'm looking. There's people on here that talk about a lot of different side effects, and I thought, okay, sure, that's all a one case scenarios and things like that, right?
Probably
Right.
1 in a million.
Then I think it was either the doctor or someone advised my wife that she might want to consider reducing her diet beverage intake while she's pregnant. And she said, okay, well, why? Right? And she said, well, we've shown now that the sweeteners in diet beverages can raise your blood pressure. And women who drink one diet soda a day have a 30% higher chance of early term births. Now,
Whoa, 30%?
That's pretty big.
I know, so I think this is so that's why I've been trying to find more information about this. But this kind of that being said, I don't know if it's true or not, but that being said, sounded the alarm in my head saying, well, blood pressure. Now I have a family history problem with blood pressure. So maybe I should look into this.
Now,
So then
this
I
is-
started looking into it. It does look scary.
Excuse me, this aspartame that you're talking about?
Aspartame or aspartame or
Yeah.
aspartame, yeah. However you say it.
Aspartame.
That's a different show.
Yeah. I don't know. Now, that could all see, it's really hard to get really solid, accurate information about this stuff. This is not an easy task because there's a lot of reactionary alarmist information online and there is misinformation online.
Yeah.
So this
Well,
would be
like
a
with
topic.
most things.
Yeah, I know, but I just feel like this and like high fructose corn syrup, there's a lot of that. I just really like to hear people's thoughts on it and wherever they want to leave us feedback, maybe over the column
So
or
I
in the
just want
comments.
to clarify that your fear is something that's voluntary.
Yeah.
I mean, you could give up diet
you
soda.
can avoid it.
Right.
I'm sorry,
if
I
you
know we're
wanted
not
to
making a
easily.
competition out of this, but come on.
I think
That's
you
true,
lose
but
based on that
here's the
fact.
problem. But it's a widely spread epidemic problem. Like it could be as widely spread as as a problem as smoking, or way larger than smoking.
Because so many people are into it.
Yeah,
So you're afraid that just
and,
half
the damage is already being done.
half the population is going to just fall over dead and give early birth at some point?
Could happen, dude.
That's what I'm always afraid of.
Yeah.
That's why I don't
Only
drink
through
it.
Lasik for you, right? Only
I'm
because
not
of
doing
Lasik.
it.
And their eyes will explode.
They'll just melt right out.
All right.
Bound to happen.
Now, Jeremy, you teased a little about robots.
I sure
The
did.
machines.
Now, are robots your big fear in science?
I am afraid of the robot apocalypse.
Like
I'm
Terminator
gonna die
style?
welcome the
against the
robot
way-
apocalypse. It's gonna be so
this,
cool.
This is the science. This is the way that science could go that I'm actually frightened by it because medical advances, biological advances, scientific space,
Sure.
astrophysics advances all get a big thumbs up to me. But when
Absolutely.
they start talking like intelligent nanotechnology,
Yeah.
and okay, one of the things that just came out today, there were two, by the way, that just came out today. One of them was that
Whoa.
Apple bought the copyright or trademark.
No, they
buys
bought
the
license.
The patent.
No, they bought license, so they bought the privilege to use it
Oh, that's
exclusively
what I get for trusting the internet.
in the computer field.
Anyway, but they bought the rights to use liquid metal.
Yeah.
Liquid metal is actually the name of the thing.
It's actually legitimate. It's like the legitimate technology. It sounds really cool. It sounds really neat.
But doesn't it also, like the first thing, there's the T1000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're pretty much just like a small rebellion by then. We won't even be around, so
Yeah, I mean,
bring
this
it
stuff's in
on.
the-
We're gonna get it during the awesome time where it's like the robots are our slaves.
I mean, I know what you're
our
saying.
servants. They'll get you the soda for you. They'll get you your diet
totally.
soda.
And I think even in Dylan's time, because right now, dude, the only thing they're using this technology for is to make a better iPod.
I don't plan to die immediately.
Are you saying you don't want an R2D2
I do-
that actually like is R2D2?
Well, okay, maybe.
You know what's funny?
But you know that I'm going to sit
I
around
win.
and going,
I win.
you know, if I order him, I'm going to go, oh, please?
Now we should
Don't
talk
pick up the
about
gun.
this. This.
you
Yeah,
don't
no
leave
kidding.
guns around in
Please,
R2D2s.
robots.
That's just dumb.
If you own robots, don't own guns.
Please,
Yeah, it's
robot.
one or the other. You
Don't
can't
do
have
that.
both.
Yeah, just nice robot, nice robot. Now, one of the reasons they're looking at this liquid metal is it's super crazy strong,
It is good, cool.
which I find ironic from Apple, who's shipping a phone right now that's both glass on the front and back. So this would be quite a change.
Well, the joke I heard was basically that they're going to make their new iPhones out of this so that when you drop it, it just bounces back up into your hand.
Right.
Because there's a video on, which one? I think it was on Gizmodo or something like that, that shows that it just keeps bouncing forever. It's like flubber of metals.
It's because it doesn't give, or because of
It gives, yeah.
It gives, yeah, and it's fascinating stuff. But they're literally going to use it to form. You know, right now they bore out from aluminum cubes the shapes of some of their stuff.
Yeah.
Now they're going to use this to shape it in a liquid state, and then once it sets, it's supposed to be crazy super strong.
Okay, so that is kind of cool. But
It
you know,
is.
This news came out on the same day that I learned that Google has airborne drones
Right.
for surveillance.
And here's the thing:
Nice.
Apple's license says that you can use it in other fields, in which the articles often conjecture could be defense. And what would defense want? Liquid metal robots. Why
Absolutely.
not build? Why not build like just a clunkier
For the
robot?
safety of the United States.
And then you just put that as a skin, that
we don't
liquid
sell
metal.
our weapons.
yeah, and then bullets
ever
bounce right
to
off of
anyone.
it. We're doomed.
So that could be like a 5-year thing, though.
Well,
Well, people have to tune into future episodes of Jupiter at Night to
we
find
will
out
give
if
you
that
updates
happens.
on the robot apocalypse.
You know what? As soon
From the Jupiter Broadcasting
When you see me
bunker.
Yep.
wearing a sandwich board that says "The end is nigh,"
yeah.
that'll be tomorrow.
You know, the first place the first place to find out about that would be over at jupiterbroadcasting.com/live. And Jupiter at Night is live Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Pacific. What's that, like a couple hundred hours later, Eastern?
I think it's
It's a
GMT
whole
minus
nother
6
day.
weeks.
Yeah, yeah. But we do have a handy time zone converter over at jupiterbroadcasting.com/calendar. And we would like to thank and please ask you, for those of you who have not done this yet, if you're enjoying Jupiter at Night, tell some people about it. Share it out, tweet it, blog
Tell
it,
everybody.
email it. We're trying to spread the word. The show's doing awesome, and we want to thank you sincerely for that.
Print up little flyers and hand them out on street corners.
Maybe T-shirts. Why
Uh-huh.
not?
Your sandwich board idea.
Yeah.
Sandwich board.
The end
Work.
is nigh.
And
Watch
then on the
Jupiter at
back,
Night.
Watch Jupiter at Night.
Right.
I mean,
Be
it's
sure to
perfect.
throw the short URL in there. It's
Yeah.
a little easier. Bit.ly/JB Live. Yeah, easier, less typing.
It's hard to click on the sandwich board, though.
That's true. All right, everyone. Well, I think that just about wraps up tonight's scary science episode of
We
Jupiter.
have more
at Night.
stuff in the show notes. So, again, if you're only watching the show, you're only getting half the show.
Yeah.
So go check the show notes as well.
Yeah, we didn't get to one of Alan's very scary things that freaks us out, and that is these new injection things they're going to use that
yeah.
glow.
For diabetics, like it'll glow when you're.
Yeah, but it's really freaky
You want your
because
skin to glow?
it's lumps that glow. And they call them beams, and it's really wild stuff. So check out the show notes over at Jupiter Broadcasting.
There's more stuff to scare you.
And yeah, check out
Always.
this episode and you'll see that. Okay, everyone. Well, we hope to see you tomorrow night.